There are places on this earth that don't look holy, but heaven remembers them. They don't have names on maps. They don't draw crowds. Most people pass them by without ever knowing what happened there. But sometimes, everything changes in a moment no one else sees in this story. This one begins right there. Before the sermons, before the churches, before the titles and the pulpits, there was a man at 30 years old, tired down to his bones, carrying more weight than words could hold. A husband, a father, a man who had reached the end of himself. He walked down a hill one night past everything familiar until he stood beneath a hickory tree. No crowd, no choir, just dirt under his knees and tears he didn't bother to wipe away. He built an altar there, not fancy, not polished, just enough space to lay his life down. And with a breaking voice he said, "Lord, forgive me, change me. I can't walk like this anymore." And in that quiet, grace showed up, no lightning, no applause, just mercy, soft, heavy, undeniable. A broken man stood up different than the one who knelt down. That hill became holy ground. That tree became a witness. And that altar, it became the birthplace of a new life. Years later, people would call him preacher, pastor, leader. But long before that, he was just a man who learned what surrender really meant. He carried that night with him everywhere, into churches and city streets, into homes that smelled like hope and places that smelled like pain. A father to four and somehow a father to many more. He didn't just preach grace, he lived it. Because he never forgot what it cost him to kneel and what it gave him to rise. Now Dad has gone home, but the hill still stands, the story still breathes, and the altar, though weathered by time, still speaks. It speaks of chains that were shattered, of lives that were healed, of faith that wasn't just talked about, but walked out. We hear his voice when we pray. We feel his faith when life gets heavy. Because legacy isn't built with words, it's built with obedience. One humble prayer, one surrendered moment, and generations change because of it. So if you ever wonder whether your prayer matters, whether your surrender is seen, remember the altar under the hickory tree. Because grace still meets people there. Jesus still stands in those moments. And mercy still writes new beginnings deep in human hearts. That was Dad's altar. And the story isn't over.